Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Shop Talk. I am Adam, Hill Vending. We are here in our shop. As you can see, I'm here with Mike, I'm here with Alex. We're coming back to you again today to talk about the number one thing beginning vendors should know. The number one takeaway that you need in order to be successful when just starting your vending business. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to talk about what you need to know, and that is knowledge. You need to be educated before you get into the vending business, okay? I started 6 years ago with no knowledge, jumped in, didn't know what I was doing. Actually, did you guys know I never opened a vending machine before I got into the vending business?
Wow, just dove
I had
right in,
never
huh?
even opened a machine.
Wow.
That could be seen as like cool, or that could be seen as like, wow, you're really reckless.
Yeah.
So it's two ways about that. So looking back 6 years, 6 years ago, if I was going to do it different, I would have looked for someone like us at Hill Vending to emulate or learn from, so that I didn't have to make those same mistakes. It's a great quote. I think it's Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner, who says, people learn from mistakes, but they don't have to be your own. So learn from our mistakes, my mistakes that I made, and really put them into practice so you don't have to lose the money or get the wrong accounts or buy the wrong machines. So with that, you guys want to kind of go over what you think the number one key would be to someone beginning as far as education is concerned, like why that's important?
Well, education is paramount in vending because it's easy to fill a machine. It's easy to place a bag of chips between a coil, or it's easy to place a can in the drink machine. But yeah, besides that, in vending, you're gonna have to get educated. You're gonna have to you're gonna need a mentor, and this can save you frustration. This can save you time. It can save you thousands of dollars. So planning education is really key.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were just starting out, what's something that you wish you would have known? Like if you look back now, when you just started getting into the vending business, what's one takeaway that you wish, like, man, I wish I would have known or known how to do that back then, that would have gave me a big heads up now?
Probably I would have focused on financing, and I would have focused on sales to get into at the beginning. Just
Focus more on sales as far as getting accounts and
yep.
yeah. Okay.
That's also right behind planning education of your business, or if you guys start with just one or two machines, probably the ideal way to start. You're going to need the planning, the education, and then right after that, forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, Mike, what do you think the number one key is as you look back on your vending career, your career? What do you think? Like, would it be fix the machines or knowing?
Yeah, as a generalization, I would say it is education generally. But for me personally, it would be like troubleshooting and fixing machines. I mean, there were times where you go up to a machine and it's out of service, and there's just a myriad of things that could be wrong. It could be really complicated, and it could be really simple. But if you're not knowing what you're doing, a really simple problem could keep your machine down for a long time. Mm-hmm. You might be spending a lot of extra time and money on parts that you don't really need. So the main thing is like fixing machines, or knowing what's wrong with a machine when there is something wrong when you walk up to it. And Adam was here, he's been doing this for 6 years. I've been here for about 2, and being able to call him and just, find out whatever's wrong, working here really made the process go a lot quicker as far as my education
Mm-hmm.
and fixing machines.
And I think to that note too, like when people first get started, the education is easier if you stick with certain brands.
Mm-hmm.
Like when just starting having all these different types of brands, Dixie, Narco, Crane, Royal, Vendo, it's like having all these different cars. You can't understand how to work on all these different cars initially. You need to stick with one. So to Mike's point, talking about fixing machines, if Mike has started just with one machine, Vendo, learn that machine, mm-hmm. then and all his future machines are Vendos, you can work on all your machines. So that's something I see too. People on different message boards who are just starting out, they see a $300 or $400 machine that they think is a deal.
The trap.
And they don't realize that the only account that's going to be able to go into is not going to be a lucrative account. Mm-hmm. You're going to have issues with the machine. So, which really just goes back to education. being aware before you jump in, being aware, because I jumped in and then had to find out when I was swimming around. But
You got to run the numbers too. You got to run the numbers too. You got to know how much, if you're putting in brand new equipment, how much that's going to cost. That's how you're going to want to go in clean with brand new equipment, 2020 models. And you're going to want to go in with that because you're going to want to do good service. And like Adam was saying, you're going to want to stick to almost like a fleet vehicle, like the county or whatever company picks their truck. It's kind of like you need to pick your drink setup and your snack setup.
Well, and the
then
reason
learn
they
that.
do that, the reason the county does that is for the mechanics to be able to work on, if it's Ford, if it's Chevy, their mechanics don't have to stock parts and know how to work on all these different fleet vehicles. So that is a good point that's what just an efficiency. And when you're just starting out, getting to know, like Mike, if you starting out only learned Vendo drink machines or USI snack machines, the 5Y, would you be like, you would be able to focus on other things too, right?
Yeah.
Because you would know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would make it really easy. Every machine you walked up to would be the same. We have a lot of different ones still right now, and I've become familiar with them, so I can pretty much walk up to any machine and figure it out. But although you usually program them and, you program the machine through using the buttons, the configuration and how you use those buttons to navigate through the screens is always different with each brand. So it can be a little frustrating at first.
Well, and the thing about vending too is there's so many different things that you have to know about. The location, getting product at Sam's Club, making money. You don't want to be overwhelmed with how to use the machine.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, especially for me when I was just beginning.
Keep it simple.
When you didn't know, that becomes frustrating. The problem is when you go to a machine and you don't know what's wrong or how to fix it, and the account is mad, that leads to stress. That leads to you not making, good decision. You're being stressed out, because I don't know. So knowledge, if you have that knowledge, that will take care of that stress. These guys don't have a ton of stress on the machine aspect because they have somebody to call. But if you were doing it yourself, and a lot of people are starting out with a couple machines, if you don't have someone to call or you're not educated, that can be a stressful way. And that's why most people get out of the business. That's why most beginners get in, get a $300 or $400 machine, and then what do?
Yeah.
They get out.
Get overwhelmed. Yeah,
exactly.
With stupid stuff.
There's enough to learn, pricing, product, all this stuff.
I gotta say, the way we got it set up now, this is a completely stress-free job. I mean, we have no worries. We glide through every day. I mean, our biggest problem is always something just completely inconsequential. So when you know what you're doing, vending can be a really stress-free job where you're kind of in control of your own hours and your own destiny, really.
Yeah, for the most part, we really don't have bad days, guys.
No,
I mean,
we really don't.
There's a lot of vending. There's a lot of sole proprietors or guys doing it on their own. We're not built like that. We think of a team. Sounds cliche, but it is a team. Because if there's something, if one guy's good at something, another guy's good at something else, if a guy's off, you can cover each other. You can learn from each other and bounce ideas off each other. And we're all working at that same, with a team, we're all pulling in the same direction. So we get more accomplished there. That's how we're able to get so much work done.
And for people who are beginning or don't have, the warehouse and the box truck and all the machines and aren't at that level, and you're just starting out, you can still create that team. You can still create that team with a mentor or someone in your community that's in the business that you can talk with. I know we released an ebook guide that's in the link below that can set the framework of how we are set up here. So that can be kind of like a virtual, mentor for you. But you can watch our YouTube videos. You can follow us on Instagram. You can see what we're doing, and it doesn't cost you anything. You can just absorb that information. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can get the ebook and whatever else we offer. But if not us, you need to find someone in your area or someone that you can get information from and help you.
Save you a lot of time and money and stress.
Right. Because at the end of the day, we're not in the vending business to be stressed out and learn how machines work and figure all this stuff out. You're in the business to do this, to make money. You want to make money. That's why people get into the vending business, and that's why we're in the vending business, is to make money, not figure out how to program rehab machines, buy $200 machines and fix them all day. That's not what you want to get into, especially if you're just beginning. You need to be aware that being educated is the most important thing you can do.
And like you said before in other videos, if you're just starting out and you want to get a little setup, I mean, you can buy that. You can buy that from an existing vendor. You can make sure the pricing is right. We go over that, and
You're talking about buying locations?
yeah, buying.
Yeah, I think that buying a location, if you don't have the infrastructure in place, you can buy a turnkey business. On the flip side of that, you could also lose your entire investment because you bought the wrong account, right, Mike? If someone's
Yes.
buying an account that is in the danger zone or whatever
Yep.
with old machines, it's not necessarily a good deal just because it's
Exactly.
cheap.
You got an account, but you're losing money on it.
So you can buy the account, and you can just, if it's the right account, you can go day one, start filling and making money, which is the positive. But there's so many landmines and
Yeah.
stuff to know to make sure that that's a good account.
Yeah. The goal is to have the accounts paying for the machine for you. If if you're financing them, you want to have the machine paying for itself basically, or the account you've bought. And knowing the numbers and how to figure that out is really key to getting the right accounts and the right machines.
So yeah, I would say we'll wrap it up here. But yeah, just if you're just starting, looking to get into business or looking to grow your vending business, keep getting educated, because the more you know, it's going to help you later on. If you get to know some simple repairs, it's going to save you from paying a repair tech. If you learn how to use piano dollies, you may be able to move your own vending machines instead of paying someone. There's only so much money you can squeeze out of a vending dollar, and the more that you can do and learn yourself, the more that you can keep and take home for you and your family. So, yeah, you guys want to?
Yeah, this is the perfect time when everybody's slowed down a little bit, has time at home with the family. This is the perfect time to go ahead and get our ebook. To click the link below on YouTube, or to click the link in Instagram and check out our ebook. It's only $10. This can really, it's our playbook basically. So this is the time to do it, guys.
Yeah. I think anything else, Mike?
Definitely. I mean, when you have the right machine and you know what you're doing, your machine is selling and making money for you 24 hours a day. It's the most industrious employee you can have.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah. So even the accounts, side note, that we're locked out of right now, that we can't get into, that they're still open. When we are actually able to get back to them, they're probably going to be completely sold out.
Sold out. Bill box full.
So they actually did work for us for an extra week, even though we couldn't get in.
Yeah.
People bought the Pop-Tarts instead of the Danish or whatever. So they're still going to be completely drained for us, even when we couldn't get into them. So again, thank you guys for watching. We're going to do some more of these type of shop talk, just where we can talk about issues that can help you guys out. If you would like to see a certain topic, leave in the comments below what you'd like us to talk about, what you'd like our opinion on, if there's something specific. And yeah, like we always say, until next time,
keep your snacks fresh and your drinks cold.
talk to you soon.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.